And now the news. The Postal Service in the Virgin Islands and elsewhere must retool to effectively compete in an increasingly complex, technology-driven postal industry. That's according to Premier Dr. Orlando Smith, who holds responsibility for postal services. He was addressing the opening of a one-week Caribbean Postal Union conference at Maria's by the Sea Hotel on September 14th.
Several challenges face the post today. One of these challenges is the harnessing of electronic systems to facilitate express mail. In the BVI, we are currently in a position to take advantage of the electronic tracking software in the form of IPS and Prime, a customer service software package that allows us to maintain a high level of service to our customers by tracking express mail and keeping track of parcels and registered mail. In this era, there's also the threat of heightened global terrorism. And we must recognize that postal administrations have deeply relevant roles to play in national security, as we serve as an avenue through which goods are moved across borders. In the BVI, we have taken a proactive stance to ensure that the integrity of the post office's mandate is not compromised, and that we are not being used to facilitate the movement of controlled and illegal substances or firearms, ammunition, and explosives into and through the British Virgin Islands.
JTV News spoke with Postmaster General Pasha Stout about the likely outcomes from the CPU BVI conference. She also responded to questions about initiatives that have been or are being pursued by the local postal service to remain viable in today's competitive marketplace.
Coming out of this CPU, we're hoping, especially the logistical challenges that we have in the transportation of mail. That is one of the major issues that we have, and that is one of the key points that we all will be paying specific attention to ensure that we can serve the customers in a faster, quicker manner in terms of the delivery of the mail.
Do you think that postal services today can compete with the FedEx and all the other online services that allow consumers to purchase things online and have them delivered right to their homes?
We can, however, the logistics is one of the major issues in relation to that. We don't have our own aircrafts, therefore we can't compete on that scale. However, we can offer those services, as some of us do, the BVI do to a certain level. However, our delivery is within 2 days. So I can say yes, and then I can say no, because of the logistics in terms of the delivery and the transportation network.
Any specific changes we are likely to see in the BVI postal services in the weeks and years to come?
Yes, because we'll be diversifying. As I said, we have the e-zone service. That's one of the services in relation to the online shopping. We do that already in terms of the diversification. What we're going to do now is build upon that, as well as the emergent service that delivers freight. So we do the freight by air, but now we're trying to, but we're going to expand into the seaside of things, because a number of people bring in some import bulky items. Sea freight is 10 times cheaper than air freight. So which means in providing that service, we will be able to save the customer or assist in cost savings for the customers.
What about internal changes at the postal service itself?
Internal changes, of course, with every service that we put forth, there must be an internal structure that we have to do. So for us, we have already started to train our officers. We've started from last year. Training is one of the big issues for me. Well, not issues, but one of the key points for me inside of the post office, because if the officers inside are not trained, we can't put forth that service that the customer expects.
Over 600 delegates from throughout the Caribbean and outside the region attended the 18th annual CPU conference here in the Virgin Islands.